Hello, and welcome back to another brand new movie review. Where last time, in the last review, I didn't really say what I was going to be reviewing this week, and I don't think I did in any other video. But the next review, as you can tell by this title, is Agnes Browne. Now, I'm going to do a new style for these reviews, so let me know what you think afterwards. But with that being said, let's kick off this review. So before I begin, I just want to make mention that later on in this video, I will be covering spoilers, and you'll want to watch it. I will mention when. So let's get started. So this movie is based off of a book and radio drama called The Mammy, which was written by Brendan O'Carroll. The Mammy is the first book in the tale of Agnes Browne. The others are The Chrysler, The Granny, and Sparrow Trap. These were then adapted into the radio drama, and then this movie, which then was adapted into the Mrs. Brown's Boys live shows and TV shows that fans know about today. So, what is the story of Agnes Browne? Well, let's kick off this review properly. So this movie takes place in the late 60s in Ireland, when the death of husband Redzer Browne sends his wife Agnes and 7 kids whose ages range from 2 to 14 into emotional turmoil, as they have to adapt to life without him. And have Agnes Browne to provide for said 7 kids, from what she can make from selling fruits and veg from her stall in Moore Street. In order to pay for her husband's funeral, Agnes borrows £40 plus interest from a loan shark named Mr. Billy, and has to pay it back at £2 a week plus her children's allowance. Over the course of this movie, Agnes gets closer with a longtime friend and stall partner, Marion Dies, who starts to show Agnes that there's more to life than just raising her kids or working. While the family is struggling, Mark, the eldest son, does what he can to earn a few extra quid to help towards. Then Mark decides to drop out of school in order to get a full-time job to help more with paying bills. As the movie goes on, Agnes eventually gets her widow's pension and pays off Mr. Billy in full, which he isn't too pleased with. As the months go on, Agnes gets asked out by her love interest, a French baker named Pierre. When Mark finds out, he gets his brothers and sister together to try and come up with a way to buy a dress for their mother. Mark, now a carpenter, can get an advance payment, and with them pooling the rest of their resources, they're £6 short for the dress, which is when Frankie says that he can get the rest of the £6 and borrows it from Mr. Billy, who earlier in this movie gave him money to continue gambling. While out at Foley's bar, Marion tells Agnes she found a lump on her breast, and Agnes asks her to go to the doctor, which after a brief fight she does. The doctor runs some tests and Marion doesn't tell Agnes what's wrong, as she doesn't want her friend to worry. From this point on, I will be going into spoilers for the rest of this review, so if you haven't seen it and want to, I suggest you click off now. Marion dies, and it hits Agnes hard, even though she knew that she didn't have long left. Marion tried to do as much as she could with her friend before she died. And even when the doctors told Marion she had 6 months left, I don't even think she got that. This has a big impact on Agnes as a character, as at the end of the movie she says to Pierre that she's decided that through dealing with her husband's death and her best friend's death, she doesn't want to rely on another man to look after her and her kids, and she'd rather do it by herself. This is the main character development that she gets, and this is the point of Agnes goes through hardships and comes out stronger, with her wanting to make sure that her kids have a better upbringing. I love this movie, and there isn't a lot that I can find that I don't like about it. In fact, there isn't. I can't find anything wrong with this movie. It's just that good. After only knowing some of the characters from the spin-off Mrs. Brown's Boys, which is loosely based off of the book series that this movie is also based off of, that isn't confusing at all. Anyway, I love all the characters in this movie, even though most of the kids don't really have much dialogue. The same with the other vendors in Moore Street. But I have to say, Angelica Hudson done amazing playing Agnes Browne from start to finish. She's amazing from going from an American playing an Irish, as well as getting the mannerisms of the Irish mammy down. It was really amazing to see. As I've mentioned, I love this movie from start to finish. Even after not seeing it in years, I forgot how amazing it is. And this movie is very underrated, but is also hard to find in a way, with it only really coming out on VHS, I believe, and DVD, which can be expensive depends on the prices on eBay. I really hope at some point that it does get a Blu-ray release, but unfortunately, I highly doubt it. But if you can find some way to stream it, I'd highly recommend that you watch it. Even if you're unaware of the Mrs. Browne's Boys team, enjoy it. And that's it. That's the end of this review. I hope you liked this new style of reviews. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. This is my first time really doing it, and I hope it comes out well. With that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time in the next movie review.